Wanda is considered one of the most passionate and positive people you'll ever meet, both personally and professionally. Her inspirational mentoring, sales, and customer service training has dubbed her to be Wanda D. Hollis, the Motivational Queen. She launched Wanda D TV, a revolutionary online real estate talk show where local businesses and community leaders discuss their services, issues, and concerns. Wanda is passionate about helping people achieve their goals and dreams. She has gone on to pursue many passions, including her I Am Enough talk show, having a seat on the West Georgia Board of Realtors, author of inspirational and motivational books, and also a strong supporter of several nonprofit organizations within her community. Wanda believes that there's no such thing as bad decisions, only regrets of not making the right attempt. For speaking engagements or to book her for your next event or conference, please visit www.IamEnough365.com.
What's up? Ooh, I came in hot, huh? Yep. Come on in the room. Let everybody know that is the Wanda D. Hollis show. I have to put these titles out for myself because I be forgetting what shows is on. So come on in, tell everybody it's time. It's time right now to get started. If you are on Facebook, please give us a thumbs up. Tell us where you're tuning in from. If you're on where are we? YouTube, then just tell us where you're tuning in from, and please like, invite, and share. Tag right now. We got some people waiting in the green room, waiting to come on and get this party started. And please hit that share button. I tell you, today might not be like any other show that you've seen before ever in your life. So trust me, you do not want to miss it. Hit that share button on your on any of your electronic devices. And let me see where my co-host at. What's going on? What's popping?
What up? What's happening?
What's happening, DJ Grady, baby?
You know what? I feel like Martin Lawrence. What's up? What's happening? My motivational queen.
Well, you know, I'm over here motivating.
Yes.
Inspiring and all that other kind of stuff. And I'm hot flashing.
You know what? Turn the lights off. Turn off the lights.
That's not the song, Grady. Hit me with some music right quick. You know, we got this big show going on. But anyway, no. Before you do that, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Awesome, man. Had a great time with my girl Robin. Hey, Robin, thank you.
Shout out to Robin. Yes.
Robin Shockley.
Focus Forward with Robin Shockley, one of our esteemed partners in the World Women
Conference and Awards.
Yes. I saw that interview, Grady. It was very deep.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
You put a suit on today, so that meant that it was a whole nother next level kind of stuff. I was like, look at Grady. Grady's showing out today.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, thank you so much for just coming back in and doing your real job.
Yeah. You know, I gotta do what I gotta do. Had me racing across town and stuff. Just
well, that's okay.
The traffic was good going and coming. So
Yeah,
so thank you.
Yeah. So what we got going on today?
I don't know. You tell me. I'm happy. You know, you don't want me to get on my soapbox. I'm just so happy somebody lost their jobs. You know, I'm just happy that 2 people lost their job. Wait on one more person for the Atlanta Falcons to lose their job.
Oh my goodness, you're talking about the most Falcons. Well, you know, on the show we're gonna be talking about is fear or love running your life. We're gonna be talking about the planet lockdown, the mandatory face mask, the misinformation, and would you submit to the vaccination? I got some incredible people on here with us today. You know, we got Nurse V, she back in the building.
Yeah.
She's gonna be our resident nurse. Okay. So we got her, and the thing about her is she is licensed, but also she's holistic so she has both of these sides that she's operating out of, knowing the foolery in the nursing community, and then her perspective in the holistic community as well. So very, very knowledgeable. Plus she's my cousin, so that even makes her more special. I was about to change the show name to like the cousins or something. Maybe I'll just put another show together and it'll be the cousins. We get a little cute little jingle. And then we got Belle back in the building. Belle been out, but last week I had this technical difficulty, and she said she was suited and booted and ready to go. And they hung around, I think, for about 45 minutes after you told them that the show was canceled. They just would not leave the building.
Man.
It was funny. They said, "Well, forget it. We just gonna wait. We just gonna wait it out."
We was hoping it got better because I was sitting in my green room too, just waiting. I was like,
just waiting. Okay. Yeah. And then, last but not least, my brother from another mother, Knowledge is in the building, and I tell you, this brother I met, I don't know, I think it was maybe like 3 years ago. I'm trying to think. Maybe he could clear me in on the details. But he is super intelligent. I mean, on a whole nother level. I just love his brilliance. And the fact that he said, what stood out the most to me when I met him was one statement that he said. And he said, I stopped buying Jordans and started buying books.
Best investment. Knowledge reigns supreme.
Yes. So he's gonna be in here, and we're gonna be able to pick his brain because he is. When I tell you, he brings in the truth. So, Grady, hit me with some music while I bring in these folks.
All right, here we go.
And I don't know. I better stop chewing on this lipstick. This is not professional. So y'all come on in the room. Like, invite, and share. That's it. That's all I got, Grady.
Well, you playing Roxy P music. Hold on.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. So this is what I want to do. You ready?
You're ready.
Okay. Tell me.
No, hold on. I did not select this song here. No, we're not trying to put nobody to bed. We are not trying to put nobody to bed.
Right. Well, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bring up my guests so they can introduce themselves.
Hold on.
Ladies first.
Yeah, ladies first. Go ahead.
Nurse V in the building.
Hello. I am. How y'all doing?
We're doing great. Nurse V, introduce yourself. Tell them a little bit about you.
I am. Well, my government name is Valita Smith. I've been a nurse.
Never give up your government name, cousin.
No.
On social media.
I thought I could use my government name right now.
Okay, well, carry on.
No.
Okay, well, I'm Nurse V then. Okay. Nurse V. But I've been a nurse for a little over 10 years. I tapped into the holistic industry probably about 6 years ago after having experiences as a nurse and seeing the buffoonery that's involved with healthcare industry. I'm also a emotional intelligence and wellness coach. I am 51 years young, and once again, I'm excited to be here on Wanda's show, Wanda D's.
All right, cousin. Well, hold on for a second. Let me bring up Belle so she can introduce herself. Hey, sweetie pie.
Hey, how's everyone? Hey,
Vivi. Great.
How you doing, Nurse V?
Introduce yourself.
Hey.
Introduce myself. I am Deborah Jean Bell. I am a woman of faith, a true believer. I am the owner of Angels on Assignment Senior Care Business. If we talk, are we talking about health today or something? I heard
Well,
we talk about
we're talking about life, but I just want you to introduce yourself right now.
Okay, well, that's it. That's basically it for me. I'm here out here
That's it for
serving.
you.
I'm out here serving the seniors.
Serving the seniors. Everybody loves the seniors. Everybody loves the seniors. Somebody got to serve the seniors.
Somebody got to serve the seniors.
Serve
Yeah.
somebody.
Yep.
Well, knowledge.
Greetings, peace, and love. How y'all doing?
Peace and love, King.
Peace.
I am doing super fantastic. Why don't you take a moment and introduce yourself to the people?
I go by the name of Knowledge. It stands for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. I am 360 degrees of the cipher, 120 degrees of wisdom, 120 degrees of knowledge, and 120 degrees of understanding. I started off in learning commerce, learning how the world runs, as far as the system and how we are playing on a monopoly board, which monopoly was discovered in 1933, which is the same time they took the gold and silver away from the American people. So I started doing research, and that's how I got my name, Knowledge, and I started helping people in the community, helping people with foreclosures, stuff like that, and helping people with criminal cases, and just trying to be knowledgeable and give people the right information and not give them wrong information.
Awesome, King. Awesome. So I brought everybody together because I really feel like, we need to have discussions, and I think right now we're in a critical mass is what I'm calling it because of this pandemic and how we're being manipulated and rights are being stripped away, and we don't see most of us don't seem to mind it. So because we operate on several different media outlets, I just feel like it's in my soul to bring as much attention to things that aren't being talked about, and this is why that everybody is on here tonight. So I just want to say welcome again. And let me give a shout out because we have some people tuning in watching. Give a shout out to Latanya Lockhart. She say Stone Mountain's in the building. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We got Lakeisha James. She's also watching. Lakeisha's in the house. Thank you, Queens, for tuning in today. And we have our one of our co-authors. Well, actually several, because Lakeisha is a co-author as well. And Miss El Michelle Jewell is in the building. Yes. She said North Carolina is checking in. We got Vivian all the way from Brooklyn. I had to say that. It's just something.
Right.
Just gotta say it like that. And she's in the building. That's Raheem Shabazz is in the building. Where you tuning in from? Where you checking in from? Let us know. We got Yvette is in the building. She's also from out there from Boston. A lot of these are our 100 Days of Motivation to Manifestation crew. So thank you, Queens and Kings, for checking in with us today. So let's kick this party off. What do you feel like? And I wanna start with what do you feel about the misinformation is giving to us now? I mean, how do you all feel about that? There's a lot of controversy about what's true and what's not in terms of what's going on with this pandemic, with this how you contract it, the masking up. Does anybody have any strong views about that?
Yeah, I think it's more of a control issue with them, and I think they're trying to with I guess with the structural organizing of the masking and having people to social distance. I think that it's some form of control, of manipulation and control, and we're so governed to do what the media says or what the media instruct. I think it's a form of control, basically. Yeah, that's it.
It is control, and then you mentioned media, which is very good because media means multi-ethnic destruction in America. Anything they put on TV, that the people go for it. Even if someone is innocent, they put you in the media, especially our black men. They say they put us in the media as we're a rapist, we're a thief, we're a felon, stuff like that. And once you get into the system, it's hard for you to get out anyway. So the media is playing a big part in it. You know, and the television was invented for control. You know, I read a couple of books about that. The TV is for the manipulation of the masses, because that's all we have. You know, and we are being entertained. And by us being entertained, we go for what they tell us in the media. They say put a mask on, we put a mask on, and no one has given us no real reason where it come from. What's the chemical breakdown of it? It's just like the flu. There are many types of flu. You can do all type of research on bio diseases. It's a lot of symptoms. There are a lot of things in this world that can be determined as flu. So, you know, it's definitely media, and I stand for that media, multi-ethnic destruction in America.
And also, I think the music as well, because they use the media and music to seduce them and to put them in a trance. You know, because a lot of people.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I'm done. Go ahead.
No. I was just going to say that I don't know who I was talking to, and we were talking about how like music has shifted. There's no more message standing up. That was you, right? Okay,
frequencies.
So and not just the frequencies, but what are they saying to us? You know, like what is it? What are we being told, and then what are our children listening to? And it's everything is degrading. Before, when hip hop started, it was like against the police. It was telling some truths about what was going on. Now it's just so not doing that. It's all about
it's destructive and divisive.
The sound and the head bopping, and you don't even care what it's saying. It's just like just bob your head, and it doesn't matter whether it's telling you to do.
Exactly. Right.
I will say this. Hip hop stands for higher infinite power, healing our people. Hip hop has gone way away from that now. You listen to the first beginning, like a KRS-One, those guys before that, they were speaking about the government. They would tell you not to eat chicken, don't eat meat. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the hip hop stem from a lot of Islam. A lot of brothers who's in Islam, 5% Nation. You know, and it stemmed from that. And that's what hip hop means. It stands for higher infinite power, healing our people. But once the Jews got into it and started commercializing it, like, yo, I can get you a check, sign a contract, I can get you this money. Then we start going for the buffoonery, and we lost the value in it.
Yeah.
Right.
I agree.
Do anybody think it'll ever come back?
Nope.
Not as far as mainstream wise, but as far as underground, yes, I think independently, you do have some conscious brothers that are putting stuff out, but it won't receive the mass exposure that it once had.
Exactly.
That's true.
I agree, DJ. Grady. Definitely. And like even like the discussion that you and I had, Wanda, like if you listen to the music in the 60s and the 70s, it was more about love, peace, and harmony. Opposed to now, it's can't wait till I S on you, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna shoot you, bang, bang, bang. Like it creates a division and a hate for each other.
I read an article. And it was talking about, it was during an era with the NWA, you know, the prime of gangster rap. Because you remember back then you had KRS-One, you had Diggable Planets, you had KRS-One, Public Enemy, and I can't think of the red, the black, and the green. I can't think of the name of the group, but it's Social Conscious Group. And the powers that be had a meeting.
What you talking about?
So the powers that be had a secret meeting. They brought all the heads of the record label
industry,
and music industry, and they would say, we want to pump this. This is the agenda that we want to push. When they got to the meeting, they had guys like security guards with machine, heavy artillery, and the guy was like, what is this going on? And so they had, either they gave them up. They told them, this is what we want you to do. Either you're gonna go with the program, or we're gonna black you out of the music business. And if you're not with this, y'all welcome to leave now. And it was a couple of people that opposed, so they escorted them out the meeting. But yeah, they had an agenda to push gangster rap more so conscious rap. And I can't think of the name of that article that it was in.
Yeah, I read that article and I did further research on it. And I will say this: once the prison institutions were at a low level, they came to an agreement that the United States told the prison system that that they would keep it full. And then also in that meeting, they talked about those particular people who they wanted to participate in the madness, that they will be investors in a trust. And as you know, the prison system is a trust. And you go to the website, the prison system will have on it that you are investing in beds. Someone has to fill those beds. And that was the whole scene of switching hip hop into this gangster rap, which is not fruitful for especially not a melanated black man and woman. But yeah, that meeting was very structured, it was very strategic, and it was put together, and it left some men in a position where they had to make a choice. Like, if I walk out of here, I won't be able to take care of my family. I won't be able to take care of this and that. But at the same time, a lot of people don't know this. Too Short first song was positive. They told him, no, we don't want you to do that.
Right.
We want you to say, you know what? Yeah, they want you to go. And that's now he's known for that.
Yep. Right. That's his staple. And another thing too, now these same prisons, because I guess when Obama was in office, he was wasn't so many people going to prison. So now the prison are suing the city for not keeping the jails filled. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah.
On the state.
Yeah. So when I say stuff like this on my show, people think I'm crazy. You don't know what you're talking about. But I'm glad, Knowledge, you on here, because you can definitely co-sign what I said about that meeting. Because I mentioned that about the meeting.
That meeting was important. I think it was an old letter surfacing on the internet. Tupac wrote, and they told him if he did such and such that he can invest into the trust. And on that trust board, some of our powerful black men, as far as who's supposed to be for us, is a part of that trust.
Because I know
Clarence Thomas, his son is a part of that. I believe there are trustees of the trust, and that's when I came into the game of studying knowledge, because I took an unbiased opinion and started studying different religions and how the world really run, all the way from way back in the day, man. There's always been some mess, and trust law is before United States law, so that's the only law that will rule over United States law, unless you got an army or something like that. But
Isn't Michael Jordan a part of that as well?
Yes, he is.
Yeah. I read about that a long time ago.
Yeah, it is big business in prison, because a lot of the industrial companies they use the prisoners to do landscaping. They use them for a factory to create jeans. Matter of fact, right across the street, as a kid growing up, there's right here by the Federal Pen, right across the street from the Federal Pen. There used to be a clothing store. They had every kind of denim jeans that was made at the prison, but they bring them over to the store and sell them in bulks. So they pay those guys what, 10 cents, 60 cents an hour or something like that. They pay them
nothing. Yeah, I got a cousin. He did 33 years in prison. They paid him $2 an hour, $1 an hour. Wow. Yeah, not to interrupt. Deborah Bell, you look real. Your name Dr. Virginia?
No.
Oh, okay, all right.
She favor her though, don't she?
Yeah, I'm looking. I'm like, is that her? Okay.
Yep, she do favor her. Yeah, that's very interesting, but it's just no surprise that they set up systems to house us and then to just make us work for free anyway. I mean, so and the fact that a lot of powerful people, and this is why I don't understand why we idolize celebrity so much and people in power, because they're not looking out for us or anybody in the community. They're just self-serving. So why do you think we have a high value on celebrities?
Because the celebrities are used as influencers to influence the people to go along with the agenda, because we're going to do what our successful people do, and that's what they use it for. Hey, I think y'all need to go out and buy this. So, I used to be in the music industry. So I used to be in the music industry. So I learned the marketing campaign. Let's say like they'll get an artist. Let's say like somebody have a product. Man, how we gonna get this product out? Shoot, let's get so and so and put this in. Pay him to put this in the video. Put this alcohol beverage in here, and people gonna start flocking to it because their favorite artists have this, and they're gonna want to go out and get it. Yeah. I'm done. Go ahead, y'all.
True, very true.
It's definitely a promotion, and one of the promotions that really gets to me is the promotion of the body. You know, you have so many women that's creating their body and not accepting the fact that the age, the gravity, you don't have gravity as you age. But you find these women, and I'm not being negative, but you see certain ones saying, "Oh, she has a beautiful body," or "She's this," or "She's that." But once they come off, that's why today I'm like, I'm just being, I'm coming no makeup, which I don't wear a lot, but I just want to be free. But when you're talking about, I was on a plane one time, and this young lady, at the airport, she was laying on the floor. And I'm thinking that maybe she's ill. But what happened, she had flew away to have her whole body image change, butt, breast, stomach, and everything. And she couldn't even sit up. They told her she stayed there for 3 weeks. And then as she flew back, she actually had to stand up. So I don't know if she had some type of relationship with the airline, but they did not allow her to sit down and lock herself in because she had to stay in position so that her body would not deter from what it originally went over there for. So you find, when you're looking at women, like you said, you hear people say, "Oh, she has a nice body," or "She has a small waist," or "She has all this butt," and things like that. But that's not natural. And there's so many of them. And here, I know one while that I knew someone that they had, buy one get one free. You can get a tummy tuck, and the other one you can get the tummy tuck for free.
Where's that at? I want to sign up.
Don't do it.
No, Wanda, I'm not letting you do that. Stop.
Don't do it. Oh, yeah,
Exactly.
right. Don't do
Stop
it.
that.
Like Chris Tucker said, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. Don't do it.
It ain't worth it.
Yeah,
I
just read today that a young lady, she's 20 something, and she flew out to Miami to have a Brazilian butt lift, and she stopped breathing. She developed a blood clot from the suctioning of the fat. She's getting lipo to implant it into her buttocks, and during the process, some of the fat lodged into her lungs, and she stopped breathing and died. And she got a new baby at home.
And the thing about it is, when you go to these other countries, their laws are totally different. I learned a long time ago going to different countries that if you get hurt, unless you have a spouse with you, no one can answer for you. So usually whenever I would travel with a friend. So what we would do, we would get temporary power of attorneys. You just print that offline. You have someone sign off. You get that temporary power of attorney because God forbid you have an accident. They don't even give you an aspirin unless you have someone can sign off for you. And you don't have too many family members, even if they have the time to have a passport to come over and take care of you. So when you go into different countries, the laws are totally different. And they might not even return you home if you don't pay.
Right.
So that's
she telling the truth. To go in with that, when I started learning commerce and I started going into court, of course I'm not a lawyer, and you can't go into court pro se. But what me and my partners would do, we would sign power of attorneys of each other. So while let's say we're in court, right? That while someone else will have power of attorney, then they can come in and file paperwork on your behalf. Because sometimes they'll wake you up at 4 or 5 in the morning, so you got a court date. There's no family members there, but long as that person has power of attorney over you, they put some paperwork in. You be like, you ask the judge, did you receive my private correspondence? Stuff like that. And you're right. And a lot of us, we do need the passport. If you can't get a regular a world passport, get a regular passport. It's very, very valuable.
Yes, it is.
What is going on with the courts now? Now that you was telling me something about they're trying to stop people from representing themselves.
Yeah, they if you come, it's on the what you call that? It's on the ballot now. You can vote on it right now. I know early voting started today. If they have black identity extremists. When someone goes to court and represent themselves as pro se, and if you don't abide by the laws that they're telling you to abide by, if you won't get an attorney, a lawyer, or something like that. If you ask the judge questions, then you're a black identity extremist. Somewhat of what they started way back in the day against Malcolm X and stuff like that, you know, and how they were spying on different black organizations, even black churches. You know, if you was going against anything against the political hand that they trying to do, they was pretty much spying on you. And you know, there's no more privacy since the Privacy Act. People need to stop watching movies for entertainment and really looking for certain things that that they put in there. And that's Enemy of the State, where Will Smith was in. That movie right there lets you know everything that they're doing. They doing it, you know, with the satellites and stuff like that. But getting back to what Wanda said, on the ballot, now they're saying if you come into court and not abiding by some laws of theirs, I forgot how it was structured, then it doesn't goes against your sovereignty. So what that means is if you claim yourself to be sovereign and you go into court and you try to defend yourself, you know, for as commerce, they will say, well, that doesn't work. You're going against the laws, you know, which is kind of crazy because they say you're a sovereign citizen. That's an oxymoron statement. You can't be sovereign and a citizen at the same time. A citizen is a corporation under in commerce and under law. So, you know, that's the game that they plan to keep a lot of black people, because that's who's mainly doing it. They go into court, they standing up for themselves. A lot of Moors do it. You can go to YouTube and Google Moors in court. A lot of them do it as far as them going to court, standing up for themselves pro se, and pretty much, you know, making the solicitor or the district attorney be quiet because they don't have firsthand knowledge of what's going on. So therefore, you can't not be a third party intervener in this situation. And they pretty much go directly for the judge because the judge, you know, pretty much can dismiss the case, prolong the case, or whatever. So they have it on the ballot now. It's going to be pretty hard for someone going to court and pretty much stand on their own. You're going to have to get a lawyer. And everybody, the lawyer, all of them work for the court. All of them work for the public, i.e. the corporation of the United States of America. Public school is work for the corporation of the United States of America. And when someone goes to public school, you only getting an education to be a factory worker. Unless you elevate yourself and move higher. You only getting the education to be a factory worker. But that's what they have on the ballot now. And people don't know it, you know, because we don't vote. You know,
and they don't read.
And they don't read. Exactly.
Yeah, you got to read. I know I submitted my ballot a couple of weeks ago, but I held it a few days because you have all these judges on there. And instead of just passing it by, you know, I had to research on the judges, what are their purpose, you know, who are they going to assist? And if I didn't understand it, like the school board here, because I'm not in the Detroit area, so our ballot, every state, every county and city, pretty much, the ballots are different. And so we have a few people that they say are running for the people, but, you know, you do your research. Like you say, you do your research. And, you know, I usually get the retirement union paper. And a lot of times that may help because they don't work on our behalf. And we do know that so many judges been placed that's not going to benefit us anyway.
Right.
I understand over 300 judges has been placed, and it was under the knowledge of a whole lot of us. So, you know, you have to, you know, like you say, read and study and research and get it in as soon as possible. And 9 times out of 10, they're going to do what they want to do anyway. However, because I know here that we all have because I worked for civil rights for 30 years, the state of Michigan anyway. And, you know, we had the act that was up the Voters' Right Act that was up every 10 years. And I remember when they, the affirmative action, you know, how they fought and wanted to get rid of that affirmative action. And I remember working in the department, a lot of the Caucasian people, they really wanted to get rid of it because they thought it only benefited people of color. And I remember this one young lady, no, we got to get rid of it, we this, we that. But I'm like, you got to realize not only is it going to benefit people, but more so women. Once they begin to take the rights of the women, then that's already a start. And it wasn't 2 weeks. And she came to me, Deborah, do you know anybody in the welfare office? My sister needs some help. I'm like, no, maybe you should have, stuck to that. Not vote, but I was trying to be a little sarcastic. Maybe you should have stuck to not voting for the Civil Rights Act. And it passed, of course, because we don't get out there. And we'll go vote for a Black president, but we don't go vote for the state, local, federal government, school boards, things like that.
Yeah.
That is very important.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's another thing that government does. They have these different programs for their people, but once African Americans or minorities catch on to it, then they change the rules.
Oh yeah, they change the rules all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to. Also, we have to really study.
Line back.
Yep, we have to stay abreast. Tupac said this in one of his interviews. He said the word that NIGGA. Never ignorant, getting goals accomplished. So we have to, and also is it what is the other thing he used? It's an acronym. I know you know knowledge. Ghetto attitude, manipulating environment. What is
Ghetto attitude, manipulating environment.
Yeah.
Ghetto attitude, manipulating environment. I heard that before too. Ghetto attitude.
My goodness. Yeah. That's another thing. That's another word that Tupac used. And the thing is, just be aware of the games that they're playing, because everything in life that the system has, it's a game. We have to catch on. A lot of times when we don't understand it, we get frustrated and give up. No, just hunker down and just process the situation, what they're doing,
right.
and read it and try to counter. Don't try to fight it. Go with it, because if you go with it, like go with the flow, you're gonna find that access, that exit that you need to get where you need, or that shortcut or that bypass. But you have to, just stay calm. Just stay calm and just figure out the process of what they're doing, because it's gonna show itself.
Oh yeah.
And don't give up.
Right. And that's one of the rules in commerce. Fraud is acquiesce. You have the one lady that brought out against the judges. She called it the judges slush fund. How they had all these different accounts and stuff, and they were doing stuff privately and under the table. A lot of politicians are private. When they Mitt Romney, when they were saying he don't pay taxes, he don't have to pay taxes, because all his vehicles that he uses in the public is a trust.
It's a trust, right?
Yeah, if you're using a trust, a trust is most trusts are not taxable. It depends on how you have it set up. Is it irrevocable or revocable? Is it or even if it's a private trust and he's using a different umbrella in the public, like a LLC or something like a C corp or S corp, and he might just have no tax liability on that at all. We are just, when I start, I'm gonna tell you, I'm from East St. Louis, Illinois, South Side Chicago. I got in trouble. I went to court one day, and the judge thought I said something in Latin. And they released me. And I'm not gonna lie, they had me. They had me cooked, they had me over with. So when they released me, I was smart. I said, I want to know what I said. Because I wasn't a dumb person in school. I just was in the wrong people, just doing it like that. So once I had to get the minutes for the court. It took me a long time to get the minutes. And right before I got the minutes of that particular court proceeding, they sealed the case. I'm like, why would they seal the case? So I had to go find out why they sealed the case. And me go running back and forth to the court. I went down there so much, they knew my name. How you doing, Mr. Green? How you doing, Mr. Green? I was going down there twice a week. I want to know how I get out this trouble that I was in, because I knew I was done. Mm-hmm. So she thought I said something in Latin, and then I found out which a lot of people, which they whooped Judge Joe Brown about it in the public when he saw somebody sitting in the judges in the courtroom, and he was saying, you ain't no judge, because Judge Joe Brown was a judge, even though he was a judge, he didn't know about commerce, and the person was sitting as a judge was not even a judge. He's like, you ain't no judge, and they whooped him for it in the public. He's an alcoholic, stuff like that. But long story short, I found out that they whoop us with words. And that's when I just stopped buying Jordans. I'm talking about, I love some Air Force One. I mean, some Jordan Retro One. I just stopped buying and started buying books. And when I started reading and learning, I mean, they get us with words. The average person don't even know the words they be using. You know what I'm saying? I tell people this: the judge sits on a bench. Bench in Latin means bank. Who is she collecting for? And that's when that, and a lot of people need to do some research like that. Find out who these judges work for. Like the young lady said, before you vote, do your research. A lot of people don't do no research. We won't read. I wasn't no reader, and I'm not gonna lie to you. The first book I bought, it took me forever to read it. But then I started learning reading different things like how to skim and scam, how to pick out certain words. If you like something in that particular paragraph or chapter, go back and read that chapter. If you don't like none of that, keep going. If it touches your spirit, okay, let me read that again. Let me memorize that. But a lot of people, we won't read, man, and that's how they get us. They get us with words.
Yeah. And it's not a long, lengthy word. It's one word that you have to use.
One word.
Keywords.
One word.
And how I got just a little knowledge I have, I learned from a bit. I hung out with older guys. I was 14, 15 years old, and I would hang out with older guys. I used to hustle. I used to take. I may have like $2 in change, but I play tunk until I get up to $20, and I go to the pool hall and win the rest of my money. So they started betting on sports and stuff. So they was talking about who the highest paid person. So I would go to the library every day at school for lunch in high school. You know, that was after my Grady days, and I would read the magazine, sports magazine. So when the bet came up, who was the highest paid basketball player in the NBA at the time, everybody said Michael Jordan. I like, no. I said, I bet everybody in the circle $50 a piece that Michael Jordan was not the highest paid player. So they all put their money down. I got my money. I put my money down. And then I said, Hot Rod John Williams is the highest paid player. They're like, no. I reached in my pocket and pulled out the printout. I made copies of it and put it out there in front of them. And as I knew knowledge.
You was ready.
I was ready. But and that right there showed me knowledge, man. You can accomplish a lot with just reading and research. You can help a lot of people with that. And bro, I appreciate you for sharing sharing the information that you're sharing now, because like, man, I'm learning something. I gotta figure out what's the word you said, commerce. Commerce. And there was something else.
Yeah, COMME. Yeah, commerce. They say we on laws of the water, which is a lie. No, they say we on laws of the land. That's a lie. We actually on laws of the water. Okay. We are held. Actually, you have to pass the bar. The bar stands for British Accreditation Registry. We're actually using copyrighted laws in the United States of America. Mm-hmm. So when you pass the bar, you pass in Brit law, and we are the army of the world. We go out and we enforce things, you know, and I don't mind saying it. We enforce stuff for the powers that be, and mainly that's the Queen of England. Let me tell you something. I rode around Atlanta, Georgia, almost a year with no plates on my car. I put a UCC code on the back and drove around. Sheriffs wouldn't pull me over. Some people know and some people don't know. It just depends on what that person is in as far as his esoteric science or what type of club he is. Is he a Mason? Is he a Rosicrucian? If he's in those particular organizations, then he know what that UCC code means. You know, it was a rookie that pulled me over because he didn't know, and he was scared. He was trembling, had his hand on his gun. Why you get no place on your car? You know what I'm saying? And that's the game that they play, man. You know, there's no laws of the land. It's called Admiralty Maritime Equity Law. And since they celebrate Columbus Day, here's a little key piece for Columbus. He didn't get here. The Phoenicians brought him here, and Phoenicians are black people.
Mm-hmm. I've heard that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, it's incredible how most of us are so brainwashed to where we're just doing it, you know, and that's what I think about how everybody's wearing a mask without questioning, because they want to see. I heard that they were testing software to see how they could identify us under the mask. And this is why, to see who's wearing it, but also to see if this software works on identification with the mask on. Because when they remove your smile, you still have your eyes. And so then to just hone in on identifying us through that. And when we get to that point of this whole vaccination thing that they've been working on for a minute, and they're trying to act like they're just working on it now. This was put in place before the pandemic came. with this vaccination. It was already put in place. So, and they say that it's all about trying to alter our DNA so that we can start looking crazy. That's for lack of better word. And I'm somewhat concerned, not for myself, but for our generations coming up.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like right now, we have to do our level best to try to educate as much as we can, and then to try to take as much control as we can.
Mhm.
So one of the things that I'm thinking we need to take control is our food supply. So again, we were so damaged from slavery in the fields that we forgot that was our gift. So now I'm looking at how people are going back to farming, because we have to start controlling something, even if it's on the micro level, before we can get to that macro level to control something. So if it's our food and you have a garden, I have a garden, I say, okay, well, I'm gonna handle the, lettuce, and you say, well, I'm gonna handle the squash, and Grady's gonna handle the onions, and we just gonna, have this community to where we can handle our food sources, because this is another thing that's coming under high manipulation, is our food sources and our food supplies.
Mhm.
But
you tell it. Go ahead, sister.
Yeah, I was saying, like, back in the day, it was common for a lot of people had gardens, and then it just kind of went away. I can remember as a little girl, mostly all my grandmother friends, they had gardens and they grew their own vegetables and everything.
Yeah. And the government stopped that because they want you digging in the ground. You got to get a permit to do that.
Wow.
This came out in the 70s. They said take what they love and make it a crime.
Yep.
And then and put
Well,
laws
is
around.
that right around the time where they said marijuana was illegal? First it was legal. First they been messing with it.
60s or 70s. Yes, it might have been around that same time.
Between 65, it was 65 and 70.
70, something like that. Yeah. I think so.
Crazy.
Yeah. But I want to read something to you guys, because I've been doing some research on that medical thing. 1910, the Rockefeller Institute hires Abram Flexner to write a report to shut down all United States medical schools. The idea was to restaff the schools with Rockefeller staff and get rid of all natural remedies.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what happened.
And then they there is a 1926 chemical trust, which is owned by Bayer Aspirin. That's how they got money. Bayer Aspirin. And Bayer Aspirin has been linked to HIV, because Bayer Aspirin is dried up blood. You stop your headache with dried up blood. And when the guy sued Monsanto, Bayer Aspirin dropped, because Bayer Aspirin was the vehicle that they had in the public, and Monsanto was the company that they was operating out of in the public, but in the private, it was under the 1926 Chemical Trust. Everything in this world that the families that run the world is done in trust. Commerce.
So is that why the Bayer aspirin, when you have like a heart attack or something, they tell you to take a Bayer aspirin every day to prevent clots?
I have no clue, but
you're saying because it's made out of blood, is that the reason, Ms. Deborah?
Because they saying it dries up.
I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is this is the name of it. Now can you see that a little bit? That's the name of it right there.
It's real glossy there.
Yeah. What is it called? Knowledge.
It says it's PHOSP. I'm gonna put it in the chat.
Okay. Yeah, bring it over for me.
You know, eat food high in vitamin K to keep your blood thinned out.
What you say? Right, exactly.
You can eat food that's high with vitamin K, enriched with vitamin K to keep your blood thinned out.
But when you find people because I hear a lot of people talk about, especially seniors. Seniors believe whatever the doctor says.
Oh yes,
and they take so much medication.
And they do them the wrongest. Yeah.
Right. And so when you hear people, several people say, well, I'm on blood thinners, or I take an aspirin a day because of, however, You know, like you say, you got to eat right. You can't be clogging up with all this meat and this fast food and the different things, because fast food within itself will clog up anything. And so for the most part, those that I know, you know, most people don't eat right.
Oh yeah.
And it's funny that they don't push and promote healthy diet. They push and promote the drugs.
Oh no, they
because
not.
it's money in the drug. It's money in the disease, not in the cure.
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
Oh yeah. If I cure you, then you won't be a customer. So.
Right.
So the vials for the COVID test vials.
Is that Grady Baby talking?
This is Grady Baby, yeah. DJ Grady Baby.
I can't hear you.
My internet. Can you hear me now? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
I can.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Those vaccine vials are was at $900 a pop. $900 a pop per vial. There's big money in that. And who's the And you know that's coming from the Bill and Melinda Gates. They want to vaccine the whole planet. So you think about the whole planet times 900 vials. Everybody got to have this shot. $900 a pop.
Well, I'm gonna save them 9.
You gonna save them?
Me too, Deb.
I like that.
Right here too. That get the bell right
I like
there.
that. I like that.
Because I'm definitely gonna save them.
Hell yeah.
And that's the thing. And this. Go ahead.
That's gonna be the word right there. That vaccination.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and it's funny. I took my daughter for her physical, right? And they're trying to push that HPV vaccination, right? Yeah. So I'm like, oh no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. And so the pediatrician told her, well, you know, when you turn 18, you won't need your mom to give you consent to do it. You could just come back and see me and get it.
Wow.
He said that in front of you?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Man.
Look, let me tell you, I gotta share a story.
That should have been a lawsuit or something.
A lot. Yeah,
or something.
So we was on a military base. We was on a military base. So you have to get the vaccine, the flu shot before you can go to school or whatever like that. So I was like, man, I'm not taking no flu shot. But my wife, she got my daughter to take whatever like that because she want to get in school. So I asked the lady, I said, what's the procedure if you was to drop one of those valves and it break? She froze. She got quiet. I said, you want me to tell you procedure? She's like, no. I said, well, don't ask me to take the flu shot. And she didn't bother me no more about trying to convince me to take it because I asked her what the procedure was. The procedure is the flu shot has mercury in it. So if you break that valve, that mist goes airborne and it messes up your internal organs.
So and then that's what they trying to put in your body.
Yeah.
I never had a few. I don't take no medicine. I'm not doing it. I'm not having it. No, thank you. No, ma'am, Sam.
I can't do it.
You know those light bulbs. You know those light bulbs that
soft light bulbs.
You know, you actually, if you break one of those bulbs, you actually have to vacate the premises in terms of having people around, have special gloves and a special broom just to pick up that bulb, that light bulb, and throw it out. And so you go to the store to buy the regular bulbs they used to get for 99 cents for 4. They costing $10 a pack for 4.
Yes, bulbs. I noticed that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they raising the price on it. Yeah, you're right. That bulb, when it breaks, its vapor glass.
Right.
Yeah, when you inhale it, I think someone inhaled it one time. They broke a few of them or something, and they cut their lungs up.
Wow.
Wow.
And remember, they gave all those bulbs away free in the beginning. They were coming to your home and put them into your house.
This another thing too. Remember they gave everybody the digital boxes? We had so many homeless people. They gave everybody in the world, not in the world, United States, digital boxes for your, because they trying to this is the signal, the frequency.
Yes.
Oh, so I heard this. That this is why they had us take lead out of our house, because with the lead in the house, it blocks the signals. It blocks things from coming in. And when they said, "Oh, you got to take the lead out," they had us think that it was before the danger of lead, poison, but it wasn't. It was so they can have access for the radiation to come in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
I tell you, this government is a tricky son of a sucker.
Yeah.
Like everything, it's almost like you have to question everything. Whatever they tell you to do, just say no. I'm not doing it.
No, you got to research it. Do your research.
But you know, you can't even really research a lot of things because they're not going to tell you the truth. You can't. You gotta really know.
You have to tap into the ancestors. Let's talk about that. See, this is the thing. We already got the power. There's a direct source, and you have your ancestors. So you got to just stay in contact with your ancestors and people working on the other side. Because when you get that feeling in your shana, you should just say, "I hear you." And not even don't even buck the system on that.
Yeah, I agree. Somebody said they had a question.
I do, for knowledge. Like, why do you think they go to the extreme to do the things that they do? Like, what's really the reasoning behind it? Is it a power struggle, control, or?
Oh, it's all of the above. It's power, it's control. 85% of the world's money is in the hands of the families. 15% of the world's money is in the hands of the people. I think
Rockefeller. Rothschild, and then Saxon Goldman. I can't think of the fourth one though. But yeah, Rothschild,
it's I think it's 3 or 4 families or something like that. And sometimes the political war be between 2 families, sometimes 2 cousins. You know, something silly, but since they have that much power,
and above all, they hate us.
Above all, they hate us. And see, you have to realize, I'm not saying this because we black. We are the original people.
Yeah,
I'm just telling you the truth. We have the highest DNA structure. They have poisoned us. They have gassed us. They didn't give us GMOs, everything. We still here. Still here. And you a nurse. I got a question for you. When a young black woman comes there, I'm gonna say a young black woman comes there, they have a baby. Why does the mother have to sign papers to get her afterbirth?
I know, that's crazy. That is crazy.
They have to sign papers to get the afterbirth because in that afterbirth is a lot. Nutrients, everything. You know, and you know, I read many books. I read one book, they talked about rituals that they did with the afterbirth. I read another book where some people freeze it and they use it the stem cells. Some black warriors back in the day were scientists. They knew how to get the cells out of it, the nutrients for the baby. If the baby had any if they detected any birth defects or whatever, you know, some of them had rituals where they eat it. You know, there are different.
Don't they make birth control pills with it also?
I will check it out. I will check it out. But
some people don't even know. Yeah, some people don't even know that they can take the placenta.
Yeah, you can take the placenta.
Yeah, but a lot of people are not aware that they can.
Yeah, you taking something out of me and you using it for your research. And I'm gonna tell you something. We are the only race that they do more research on than anybody.
They do. Because
anybody. When something hit the fan, they say give it to a black person. Like they take them off the COVID vaccine. They all the way in Africa. Talking about they gonna give it to them people over there.
We're gonna do research.
And I talked to a guy over there in he was passing through 4 villages and he was also coming through Ghana. They were offering them people money over there, man.
Oh yeah, and the women were giving their babies up. The women were giving their babies
up for the money. I mean, it's just crazy. You know, we got to unify together. Now, I'm a street dude. I'm from the streets. You know what I'm saying? When I go back home and talk to them, they be like, "Oh, you the police? Oh, you the feds? They be looking at me like, man, you a op, man, you a op." They be looking at me like I'm crazy. I be like, brother, man, I'm the same dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you something.
You cattle. You run around want to be led. Stop want to be led.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah,
why do you all think that? Why do you all think that is such a challenge for people to unlearn and relearn?
Because people don't want to learn nothing new. They want to have that same repetition of life, the same wake up, get in the morning, go see my friend, go do this and that. And when you try to show them something different, they fight you on it. I run into that, when I try to mentor and teach people different things, people can't accept it.
You tell people mentor is very hard. That's true.
Yeah, it's called reprogramming. That's years of hypnosis you're fighting against.
Especially in religion.
Religion.
Pastor said this.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. If we was unable to read and write for 200 years, the black man and woman was unable to read and write. And then when we started reading, they gave us the Bible. 200 years. Stripped from our land, stripped of our native tongue, because we talk with the front of our mouth. I started trying to learn different languages that they probably spoke of African descent. They spoke with the back of their tongue. We don't have our tongue, we don't have our flag, we don't have an army no more. You know what I'm saying? And we're subject to the powers that be because, like Malcolm X said, your enemy gives you your food, your clothing, your water, and your education. And Malcolm X said also, you will be a fool to let your enemy, to let your enemy teach your kids. You know what I'm saying? I just posted that the other day. And it's just bad that we don't see that. You know what I'm saying? And they put those idols in front of us. You know what I'm saying? I think that's I read that song. I'm gonna find out where I read it and actually post it. They put the idols before us because they say give them your idols. They say give them their idols. You know what I'm saying? And everything else they sweep under the rug. For the natural man and woman, we are made buffoonery out of, and they take all of our stuff. Take all of our stuff.
If they can't take it, they'll kill you. Then take it.
They got a white Tupac. Yeah, they turn Michael Jackson white. They got a white Tupac. I mean, it's crazy. Not just modern, but just go back in Africa.
Exactly.
I'm just done with words. It's just crazy.
And not only did they turn him white, but then they killed him. Let's talk about how they killed Michael Jackson, Prince.
And they killed Tupac too.
Whitney. They killed Whitney.
I'm gonna tell you they killed Tupac because I think like a few months before Tupac got killed, him and Snoop Dogg went on a Capitol. They talking about putting their funding. They was trying to get the other influence people,
putting money together
and getting a politician. We're gonna get our own politician. This and that. So they Tupac ended up getting killed. That shook Snoop Dogg. So Snoop Dogg kind of went a different route with his life because he was on board with that stuff too. He's like, nah, they gonna get me.
Nah.
And that's what it is. They always take out our leaders. They always take out our leaders. And I always say each one reach one, each one teach one. That way, if we have more than one leader with the same voice, they can't kill all of them. Because a lot of times when we have that one person, we push him out front, we making him a target. If you have a whole bunch of who you gonna hit,
that's true. You right about that, Grady, baby. Do your research on that, man. That's crazy. When Tupac got hit, man, he died, right? Do you find out where Snoop was at? He was quiet for a long time, man. It was like he saw the biggest demon out. He was quiet. I'm talking about, man, he didn't do nothing.
He didn't do nothing.
So what do you think happened? What do you think happened? You think they had that?
What it was, since they always take the radical one. Let's say we on call right now, group of 5. I would be considered the radical one, so I'll be the one who probably come up missing or dead. So they took Tupac. He was the radical one. You know what I'm saying? He was outspoken. And he had a following before the internet. He can get on the phone and be like, yo, I'm Tupac. I'm in Illinois. Y'all come here. We finna do this. And the masses gonna come. Too much power. Malcolm X, too much power. When you find a leader that has too much power, Dr. Khalid Muhammad had the youth holding up their fists to the helicopters that was hovering over them in New York. Too much power. When you have too much power, man, it's like a D-cell battery. They got to get rid of it. I mean, for real, they got to get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? But I do agree with you on DJ Grady, baby, because I had many discussions on that. We need a lot of units. A lot of units, so it won't be one person that's a target.
And I noticed that they didn't kill them.
Say that again. Nurse V.
She frozen.
She froze.
Freeze. Everybody clap your hands. I'm sorry.
She's not frozen. I see her eyes moving.
Nurse B.
Oh, okay.
Nurse B. She is frozen.
Yeah, there she goes.
Nurse B.
There she go. What you say?
She froze.
She froze.
Nurse B.
Her signal's kind of. There we go. Yeah.
Nurse B. She moving her.
Is she moving? She's moving.
She moving her computer. We can't hear you. We can you hear us? Nurse V.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, say that again. Repeat.
Can you hear me? Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello.
You good?
It's on her end.
It's on her end.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can you
we
hear
can
me,
hear you.
Grady, baby?
Yep. Go ahead.
It's raining here.
Oh, is it? So can you hear us?
Yes.
Well, repeat yourself.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, again,
here.
once again, you know what happens.
Yeah.
If I start talking too crazy. Yes.
Can you?
All right. Yeah, we can hear you fine. We can hear you.
Repeat yourselves.
Just keep talking. We know you can. She probably can't hear herself. That's why.
I can hear you all.
Yeah,
Okay. Well,
we waiting to hear your question.
Can you hear me now? I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Do you have a question? Do you have a question? I mean, question.
Can you hear me?
If you don't stop saying that, I'm gonna kick you.
I was saying, like, they didn't kill Dr. King until after he started tapping into that money.
That's true. That's true.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, you're right. That's correct. That's correct.
And then they didn't even kill Dr. King. The doctors, the doctor smothered him. That told everybody to leave out.
I was back on how you were saying that they assassinated all our powerful leaders, right? So I was, thinking about Dr. King. As long as he was like preaching the peace message, he was okay. But as soon as he started tapping into that money flow, that's when they assassinated him.
And meeting with Malcolm X. We can't let those two get together.
That's right. Because and so
Did you all hear me?
Yes. She on the delay now. Okay, so Bill, what were you saying?
I can't. Yes.
Okay. See, she on the delay. What were you saying, Bill?
I say actually they shot him, but he
I was saying piggying back on them killing all our.
Okay, what you say? I put her on mute. What you say?
I say Dr. King was shot when he went to the hospital. The doctor told everybody to leave from out the emergency room, and he said, "I'm not gonna let this end live." So he smothered him with the pillow.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, darling, we heard you.
Yeah, because the guys, I think the lady who was there at the hospital, she said when she was walking out the room, she turned around. She said the doctor spit in his face and then choked him.
Hello.
What?
Yeah.
Alita, what are you doing?
Yep.
I must have said the wrong thing.
You need to go out your internet and come back in.
That's all right. I handle things.
Don't bring it back. Her internet had to sync up.
Yeah, that's you try your best not to hate or dislike. You try to radiate that love, but I tell you,
I can
hear
you. Can you hear me?
Come back in. Go ahead. Come back in.
No, I just had a statement actually.
Okay. I had to. I'm sorry.
You're wrong, Wanda.
You know what? If she was called, I can say she calling the fucking phone line.
Text message, Wanda.
No, don't worry. She'll figure it out. She's smart. She'll figure it out.
Can you hear me?
I'm not getting ready to go through that for 20 minutes.
Wanda.
No.
Can you hear me?
Oh, you gonna get the boot too. You'll get the boot too, Grady.
Don't do that. I hear you.
Okay.
Okay.
So what? Say it again. Say the whole thing again. I got confused.
Who you talking to?
Somebody.
When you was talking about Martin Luther King, when the doctor, when the nurse was leaving the room when they brought Martin Luther King in to do surgery on him to remove the bullet, and as you were saying, the doctor said, "I'm not going to let this N-word live." So as she was exiting the room, she turned around and looked back. He was spitting in Dr. King's face, and then he smothered him. So he died on the operating table. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, it's in the documentary too. It's in the documentary.
Yes, it's in the documentary. Yeah.
Yeah. Then one of the guys, and this is the crazy thing too. These people telling stuff like the guy who talked about Bob Marley. He gave Bob Marley some kind of put a needle in his shoe that caused him to have brain cancer. And the old man told he admitted this on his deathbed. The old CIA agent. Oh, really? You saw that documentary, that film?
He said he put a needle in whose shoe?
So you remember Bob Marley when he was doing those peace rallies and performances and stuff like that.
Yep, I
so
heard
it was this one guy had kind of infiltrated his camp. The reporter, he got familiar with him. He who portrayed as reporter, but he was he worked for the CIA,
right?
Mm-hmm. And
I heard that.
Yeah, he said he gave Bob Marley a pair of shoes
with a nail in it.
Yep, with a nail in it. And it had some kind of accelerant on it for cancer. That's how he ended up having brain cancer and died so fast. I think that would have did the old boy too. The guy who got Michael Jackson off that case. What's his name? O.J. Simpson lawyer. He had brain cancer. Died quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did. His name. Johnny.
They blamed it on Bluetooth. They blamed it on the Bluetooth.
Yeah. Anybody? I had a Bluetooth. I don't think the Lord I don't have it. Brain cancer, but some of that stuff is accelerated. Shoot. I had to think about that.
It was like wearing a microwave on your head. So
yeah, it is.
The Bluetooth I having a microwave on your head.
Yeah,
man, they got to change my name to No Knowledge because I ain't know that.
I understand. Damn, you got cell phones.
This thing on every day, man. This thing on every day.
No. Man. Those other ones are better. The ones with the string and the phone.
So don't do these either, huh?
Don't do that thing on your head anymore. That's all.
Don't do the earbud either.
Don't do. I don't trust them.
Don't just with the string.
I never had any, but the only thing I use is this, and I only use it when I'm on the phone, or either I'll just use speaker.
I'm finna go buy me some more. Y'all done scared Knowledge.
No knowledge. You said it.
Get that thing out your head. You don't need to be walking around here with no microwave on your head.
Oh man, y'all done scared me now.
Hey, Knowledge, check this out. You said it earlier. Knowledge, you said it earlier. They can use satellites to send signals. To send signals down to actually fry cells or magnify. That's why you think they're putting these satellites up. And these 5G stuff
everywhere,
so they can run. They can run signals and frequency to affect your immune system or your brain waves.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then too, if you notice, in some states, the power lines are underground, right?
Yeah.
Here in Georgia and other big cities, they're on top. So what it does, it blocks your frequency.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a fishnet. It's like a fishnet.
Yeah. They had a native dude. I forgot his name, man. Man. He lived to be 104 or 5. They brought him to the city. He died, man, in 7 days.
Wow.
Damn.
Brought him to the city, and before when he was on his deathbed, he said nature doesn't live in this place. And I'm like, man. So he was in tune.
Wow. So he chose.
Nature. They brought him.
I'm out. He's like, I'm out.
Yeah. He brought him to a city. He said they say he was eating and everything. I forgot. I'm gonna find out because he's one of the dudes too that I read about. about grounding, how he was always in tune with nature. They say he can run faster than a horse. Yeah, this Indian dude, native, and brought him to a city, and he stayed in the city 7 days, and it killed him. He said it's time for me to go. He said he had something to eat, and he had something to eat with his family, whatever. He laid down and just died, just like that.
But he didn't lay down and just die. All he had to do is agree with the will of the Father and say, I'm ready to go. You have to have that agreement.
I think he was probably so much in tune with nature.
Right.
I know a lot of people say Father, say God, stuff like that. But one thing I don't try to do is take religion from people, though. But I will say this: for people to be in that certain position and have that kind of power and have that type of relationship with a higher power, that's powerful. To be like, yo, come take me. I mean, like, that's powerful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's real powerful.
Yes, it is. Yeah. And I've known of many to do just that.
Yeah.
But I lived in I have the luxury of living in the forest and the city, and it
in the forest.
Well, you live in the military on a military base. It's really not like the city. It's in the forest. The air is a lot fresher. You don't have chemtrails and planes putting trails and stuff all over there. You don't have a lot of electrical wiring in the air, and you're surrounded by trees.
Yeah.
And so the oxygen is so much different than being in the city. Like being here in Atlanta, you have all this pollution cars, and then you have they cut down trees and stuff, so you're not getting that fresh oxygen. Then all this power that's been run, all this radiation, you're surrounded by radiation every day when you go out in public. That's why people have headaches all the time. You have people in the city have more headaches than the people that live in the country.
Right.
That's true.
And when this country was shut down, the breathing was so much easier anyway, because you didn't have all the polluted cars, the airplanes, to the point where even when we talk about nature, we saw how the animals was coming out, and I saw this one video where there was a lot of, it wasn't in this country, but it was so many sheep, and they were like riding on this merry-go-round, and they were just gathering around you laughing, but it was animals everywhere, just walking the streets, so to speak. So, and they was just free to be out. And I remember seeing a picture in California. They showed like 3 different days how the vapor and the musk went away, how clear it was, versus 3 days previous it was so cloudy you couldn't even see, you could cut it. So I don't, and the one thing about me being an essential worker, and you too, Nurse V, the only thing I appreciated about COVID was the fact that when we were driving, we were the only ones on the road.
I know that's right.
Yeah. Looking like I am legend out there.
I was able to work from home, Deb.
Oh, you were? Okay. Well, I have clients that I take care of, so at least going to their home, I was the only one on the road.
Wait a minute. I want you to share this story. Okay, so the other day we had Queen Mother Sandy Rogers was on, and she was talking about how the gun, the thermometer that they putting up to your head, it's like putting a gun to your head. So soon after that show, the next day, Deb went into work and they check her temperature every day. And I was on the phone with her. So it was so funny. She pulled up and the guy was like ready to take her temperature. She said, "Oh, honey, you'll be checking it from my wrist." He said, oh, okay then. So then the next time, another guy was up there and he said, but no, they told me to check it from your head. She said, "Oh, not my head." So this is the thing, and people letting their kids get their thermometers checked. I saw somebody going to the nail salon. The little Asian people put the gun up to the head. I said, y'all just letting these people do anything they want to do.
And Sandy stated that. She said it's programming our children to have a gun put to their head.
Wow. You know what? I never caught that, but I done seen so much.
That is powerful, yeah.
It is, man, that is crazy. That is crazy.
And they understand that, because I even heard the doctor say he do not allow them to check his head. They can check his wrist or his elbow. So when the first security guard the white guy told my say because he had been there for a while. So they hired a new group of people because my client, you have to go through security. So the black guy, he's laughing. You know, it's funny to him, but I took this smirk off his face when I said, so you allowing them to program your children to have a gun put to their head. Then they want to look stupid. So don't come to me with no thermometer. You know, if you got to put it up to my head, then I'm not coming into work that day because I am not allowing anyone to put this in. And it bothered me anyway to put this infrared light. And when your spirit is telling you something is wrong, then you got to know that you got to be obedient to the spirit. And when she said that was it for me.
Yeah. Because it clogs your pineal gland.
Right.
It's like a lot of things that like stripping our knowledge and it put us in this place of just being robots. A lot of things that we were born with the knowledge of, they just like, oh, it doesn't exist anymore, you know, because
it does not exist. It does.
And
Wanda, I got books that cost a lot of money, you know, and you have to like dig, cause and now they got everything split up with these different esoteric groups, you know, Masons, you know, and they got it split up with different levels, and it's still our information. I met a white guy in Alpharetta, Georgia. He was laughing. He said, I got artifacts in my house from Cairo, and he thought it was funny. He actually told me this. A public gas station in not Alpharetta, Sandy Springs. He was like, he was like, I got ancient artifacts in my house from Cairo.
Oh,
you know, it's bad.
Yeah. It's so what are we gonna do? Okay, we talked about that. I want to hear some solutions.
We need unification.
Okay,
that's number one.
Unification.
Which is gonna be kind of hard to do because we still have a crab mentality, and a lot of, you know, black men don't like to see other black men be successful. You know, that's number one, unification. Number two, we need our youth to be more into science and technology. We are last in science and technology because we were we was the first in mathematics. And I tell people this: how do you think the pyramids got built? That's your geometry. That's your calculus. That's your trig. You know, that's how that stuff happened. And not just that, us being in tune with nature and understanding the distance from one point to the next. You know, from how far we are from the sun, from the moon, stuff like that. If we don't get the education, we're gonna be lost. It's a guy came on a Breakfast Club, a Korean dude, Chinese or whatever. He was an Oriental. He said by 2050 or 2053, there will be no black income. He guaranteed that. Now this is 2020. We got 33 more years. There will be no black income. He said black people will have no income. Oh man! And he had proof, solid proof of this.
Wow.
Unity is what we need. We need lots of unity. We need lots of unity.
Unity, great communication. I think too. I'm a part of a fraternal organization. A lot of times we need to get back to basic communication because what we did, not how we did, but how they did back in the day, they communicated through scrolls and scribes or whatever like that. Messengers instead of putting everything out in public. You know, we got to
go back underground.
Yes, as far as communication.
We do. I like what you said though.
How
you said again?
I said, how are we going to protect ourselves?
Our black men got to be men. I'm not going to show you what I got, but I will. You know what I'm saying? For sisters around me, and I'm married, I'm going to protect them. That's point blank. We got to get that structure back. When I grew up back in the day, you know, my brothers and my uncles, they didn't let nobody disrespect my aunties and sisters or nothing like that. You will get beat down.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you, especially big mama or mama. What? Yeah. You know, these young people, they call their mama bees and not their name. I would dare call my mama that. And me and my mama didn't have no good relationship, but that's still my mama. That's just the fear that was put in me about my mama. She called me today, like, send me some money, boy. I'm like, yes, ma'am. I'm gonna send her some money. We gotta get back to protecting our women and stuff like that. When the government stepped in, and I'm gonna say this, and gave the women a lot of rights, it got rid of the man.
Yep.
It got rid of the man and yeah, it got rid of the man and the leaders. And when they and like DJ Grady Baby said, they started killing off our black men. One of you guys also said that too. When you kill off a black man, a strong black man, it makes another man fearful. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You kill off somebody who's smart, who's talented, who know how to work the system. He's doing his thing. You knock him off. You're like, man, what am I do? He just did all of this. What am I supposed to do?
Willie Lynch, the buck breaking theory. You take the strongest man and you make him look weak.
You make him look weak. They'll do that.
In front of his peers, and that'll cause them not follow suit. I don't want Master to do me like he did him. I forgot what they did to it's one celebrity. He was doing all this positive stuff in the community, and then once he started messing with giving people ideas about the government, they defamed him and talked about they talked about how crazy he was and this and that. They're defamation character. And make people, he crazy, but no, said Terrence Howard was crazy. Anybody that brings some kind of insight to people, to awaken people, the powers that be will destroy his image in people.
Absolutely. Well, they want to always call you radical. I mean, if you think in any terms outside of the box of structure, how they want us to think, then we're going to be labeled as radical. But that's fine. That's fine. Yep. I can handle it.
Yeah. And another thing we need to do, we need to arm ourselves. We need to arm ourselves. We need to and we need to know how to like grow food. We need to know like what's out here in these weeds. Like what can we eat? What can we not eat? What can we use? How can we move? We need to do that. And you take a guy now and be like, start a fire. He gonna leech you like you crazy. He gonna like get some gasoline, nigga. Ain't starting no fire.
You get no gasoline. You get your 2 sticks. You get you a rock. 2 rocks rubbed together on the stick. Also too, we got to start do like my mom. God bless her soul. She told me a long time ago about Black Auburn Avenue. We need to start back shopping with ourselves, doing business within ourselves, keeping our money in our circle. That's how we remain power. It's power in economics. If we support each other business and stop shopping at those other places, we'll be back. That's our power. Our power is money. Money, power, respect. That's the key to life. I know it's a rap song, but you listen to what they're saying. Money, power, respect. That's what it's about. People who have the money, they have the power. If you have the power, then people are gonna respect you. That's facts.
Facts. Fact. Well, I think we can admit that. Deborah, you got anything to add to that? I know your wise wisdom is turning over there.
There's so many things. I tell you, I'm pissed. I'm ready to go start some stuff.
But you know what, Deborah? For real, it's wartime. You know what I'm saying? I be trying to be cool, but I be trying to let people know, man. Don't take my meekness for weakness, player. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
For real.
Yeah. And us as a people, we are so reactive. We have to start preparing to be proactive because these people, those other wing people, they've been teaching their kids. They've been practicing this for years. Now all of a sudden, blacks are starting. We're catching up. We're behind.
What they just did to the governor of Michigan.
Yeah, because
what they do?
Because we don't think it's going to happen.
Hold on, Grady.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Say what they did there.
They just called 13 militia was prepared to kidnap her. They were going to start this fire. This was last Thursday. They was going to start this fire to direct the police in a different location. It was going to kidnap our governor because the dude said, stand by. And our governor and the dude in the White House, they've been kind of, feuding because he don't want to do anything for Michigan. So during the talk, he told them to stand by. So last week, they have been preparing for several months to go up there and kidnap her and take over our government. So the FBI, CIA, all of them called 13. That to me, that's just 13 because it's a whole lot of them.
It's more than that.
They all over. So I called my uncle. He, he's 70 something, but he ready. And so I was letting him know we need a family meeting. And we got to prepare because according to, I'm trying to talk in riddles. In other words, we got to prepare, especially by the 3rd of November. So we supposed to get together, have a family meeting for whatever happened. We know, where to go.
We're gonna be ready.
We need strategies.
Yeah.
Yes, but see, when we have our strategy or plan, we can't make it public. We can't go on social media. We can't do that.
We gotta stay off social media.
Take what they use, make it a crime. All they doing, any kind of crime you do, if you post a video with a pistol or with multi guns, they come to your house. You just incriminated yourself.
Yeah.
So the thing is, we have to also, men and women, sisters and brothers, we have to come together and start fighting with each other, because they're letting us take each other out.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay, they take out the strong. They take out all the strong men, and the weak men just as vulnerable as some. Not saying women are vulnerable, but they're not strong enough to protect our women.
Right.
Exactly. You said it right. Don't sugarcoat it.
Don't sugarcoat it.
No, because women have a place. See, I'm so sick of this. We don't need like equal rights. We need rights. Everybody needs their rights in place, and women have a place just like men have a place. And this system is so jacked up, screwed up, because it's like, oh, that's kind of like where women want to say it's Mother's Day or it's Father's Day, but then I want to be recognized as a father too when it's Father's Day. Like, no, let the father be the father and let the mother be the mother, and let us be family, unified, and know what we're supposed to do as a family. And this is the thing. We are so far away from what the family structure is supposed to do. So now we're in critical crisis time, and we're gonna have to figure this out, and we need to come together and and hey, man up, so and let's do this.
I'm gonna make a statement, but it's either a rhetorical question or anybody can jump in on. I think back in the day,
hey Victor Chapman,
when they had war, what's up, Mr. Chapman? When we had war, the men went out for war. The women, they're nurturers, they stayed home, they kept the family and stuff together, while we went out and fought to protect our family, our village. We protected our village. But then I said, well, let's get the man out the village. So the man, because back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, well, 60s, the 50s, in the late 60s, the black men, we stood guard at our village gates. We didn't let nobody come in and hurt our women or pick our women. So when they did the women's right bill, they kicked the men out, and left the women vulnerable. But Uncle Sam became the new head of household.
That's your new zaddy. Your new zaddy.
That's your daddy.
And then the men felt disrespected and neglected. So cause and effect. So men had animosity toward women because you trying to be more man than me. And then it's just a whole bunch of things. It's staged.
It's strategic. So
it is.
And then they put.
I want to know how we're going to do. What are we going to do when we get off this call? What are we going to do?
Well, we're going to take the ones that want to fight, want to, work together.
We need
because everybody can't come.
Knowledge. We got some training centers set up.
I can't speak about the groups on here what I'm in.
Yeah, don't put the man on Front Street. I just said
I can't speak about the group.
Well, all I know is that we need to.
I'm gonna say this. When the first
continue to educate.
I'm gonna say this. When the first pandemic happened, we all got together. We got water. The second week, we weren't worried about no tissue, nothing like that. We got food. The third week, we didn't buy no guns. We bought ammo. The fourth week, we bought ammo. The fifth week, we bought bulletproof vests. And after that, we started structuring and started having survival packs. Me and my group, we don't leave the house without a survival bag or a weapon on us. That's every day. I don't leave this house. I don't go nowhere. And I got a couple of cars. I keep one in each car, and that's how I ride, just in case something happened or if somebody's stuck. And another thing too, we started moving around as far as isolation in certain areas. So therefore, if I'm in a certain particular area, I know that area like I know my hand. So if something happened, I got to get on foot. I know the area, I know where I need to go, and I know what I need to do. That's just a little snippet of what we have been doing since the pandemic.
Right.
Yeah. You got the plan.
But Miss Bell was finna say something. She's finna say something about something strategic. I want to hear that. What you finna say?
I was.
Yeah, you was.
Yeah.
I'm over here writing all these notes.
She taking notes.
You talking about when I was talking about my uncle?
Yeah, you were saying something about strategic too.
Yeah,
just a moment ago.
I said what they did. Oh, I said the strategic plan that they did to take away our men and then to give them the sugar in the tank. And that doesn't help, because you have, and I'm not criticizing.
Not the sugar in the tank.
Hey, well,
all right. Not sugarcoating anything today.
Are we still live?
We are.
Yeah, we live.
Our viewers.
That was mild. That was good. That was good. Sugar in the tank was good.
Sugar in the tank. That's perfect.
Yeah. So,
him downstairs.
I was talking to my son. I have a son, and I was telling him, we got to prepare for some things. He told me, I've been working on. I got something. I've been working it for 10 years. So we got you. However, let's get together and let me know what the plan is.
That's true.
I got to
know.
That's
true. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there is no such thing as a blind plan, a blind plan when it's a group of people involved. Point blank.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Well, gang, I feel much better.
Hey, one thing we need is a jet to fly on to Africa, because I tell you, I actually been looking on to see what it costs, how much you got, what it takes to live there, or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not gonna break your happiness, Miss Bell, but them Africans don't want us there. It's some men that went there and bought some property, they whooped them.
What?
Some black men went to Africa, bought some property. The African men put their hurt down on them, told them to get up out of here.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah, they don't respect them because the media painted a terrible picture.
The media.
Yeah.
Multi-ethnic destruction in America. Maniac European devils in action. I got that from Professor Griff. Shout out to Griff. I love that man.
Shout out to Griff.
I can believe that. Well, you know what? Then I'm just gonna have to live right here on this planet. But I am a survivor.
I'm a survivor. Okay, then. Well, that song just hit me upside the head like that. Thank you, Victor Chapman. Victor Chapman, you should have came on in the room. This is another educated king in the house. So we're gonna be back here next Monday. Knowledge, you available next Monday?
I'm available next Monday.
Thank you, sir. He got makeup. He got making up to do.
I got something to say. I got something I want to say real quick.
What's up, Grady?
Can you hear me, Wanda? Can y'all hear me?
I can't hear you. No, I can't hear you. I got to kick you out the room. What you got to say, Grady?
No, that was it.
Oh, you was just teasing because he was joning on you.
Oh.
Huh?
He was joning on you.
Because we can hear you.
Yeah.
You can hear me now, though, right?
I can hear you now.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna take a lot of reprogramming people. I think I'm a big music lover. I'm a fan of some of the new music that's out as well. But I think a lot of the things that go out on the airwave, all that needs to be changed up too. It's just so deep rooted,
Yeah,
it is. It definitely
down
is.
to a cellular level, and it's a lot of work to be done.
The music, it's not going to come. It's far gone. The music is too far gone. It's pretty much how you say lapidarian, engraved in stone. The music is not going to come back to positivity because it's at the point of no return.
It's a wrap, especially on the mainstream.
Yeah. Knowledge, what you reading?
What I'm reading now?
Mm-hmm.
I'm in Metunetta. I'm in a book called Knowledge of Self. I'm reading a couple of books, a lot of books.
Okay.
I'm reading
you say knowledge of self?
Knowledge of self.
Knowledge of self. Yeah.
Okay. Whew. I almost snatched everything down. I'm reading this book. It's a great book right here. Principles.
What is that?
Principles of Ray something.
Ray Dalio.
Dalio. Okay.
It's a great book.
All right.
Yeah. I do
So
like
that,
Earl Nightingale, a lot of the stuff too. So I read a little bit.
right. So that's what we have to do. We just gonna have to keep this conversation going. We're gonna touch the people that need to be touched. The ones that's gonna pay attention, they're gonna pay attention. There is gonna be there's a purge going on right now. I think I call it the pandemic purge. So this is going to get rid of a lot of people just on GP, because people don't think in terms of my health, it's my wealth. So I need to be thinking more about my health being at an optimum level. Instead, they want to figure out, what else is going on. But we're just going to keep these conversations going and, do the things that we have to do as a whole and as a collective.
And we have to accept the fact that everybody's not going to make it and everyone don't want to make it.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
That's true.
Thank you.
That's in the movie Matrix. He said the very people that don't want to wake up is going to protect the system.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
And that's what they're doing. And that's what they're doing. And we're going to have to take them out. And that's the thing about it. You might have to take somebody. Did I say that? I thought I just started.
Come out.
Does sound a little gangster there.
Well, I am from the D. So we're just going to have to keep it moving. And, if get down to lay down. That's my motto.
Yep. Yep.
Get down and lay down. So I just want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. We have definitely had a very hearty conversation. I have at the bottom scrolling knowledge, information, knowledge. You want to tell people anything you have going on outside of your information here, anything you have coming up?
I'm not sharing nothing in the public to the people.
Got you. So Deborah Dale, I shared your information for your I ain't fighting with nobody. Let me see. Where you at, Bill? There you go. You can catch her on Angels on Assignments 16.com. She helps the seniors in the community of Michigan. So if anybody needs any type of service for their loved ones, elderly care, she is the best in the building. Believe what I say. She will love your people like you, probably better than you love them. I watch her all the time, and she even loves the other people as well. Catch that.
That's a hard job.
Hey, that's love right there. That's a person who has a compassion love.
That is
to
love.
love our enemies as ourselves.
That's right. And then you can always check out DJ Grady Baby on Sundays at 8:00 and Thursday mornings we're on at 10:00. And Nurse V, what do you have going on, Nurse V?
I'm actually doing some emotional intelligence and wellness coaching.
Okay.
So you have a lot of people that, they act off of emotions and they don't know how to control their emotions and they don't know how to manage their emotions. So kind of help them manage their emotions. Well, not kinda, but do.
Okay. Do you
in a holistic way,
using
holistic practices?
Gotcha. But you didn't give me your information, so I don't know how to tell people to get in touch with you.
Oh, Instagram Nurse BV44.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. Grady, did you say anything?
Yeah, I said I need help with my emotions because I be speaking on my emotions all the time. He get me in trouble every time I get on the internet.
We're gonna have to keep you off the internet.
Huh?
All right. I said we're gonna have to keep you off the internet.
Yeah. I don't have so many people that follow me now. I should just start talking about that. They'll follow me back to see what I got to say.
Well, that's it. I'm done. I gotta come to y'all in the morning at 6:00. It's 100 days of motivation to manifestation, and I think we're in about day 57. I think
it's
58. Yeah. So 6:00, I will be online 6:00, giving them all I got, whatever that looked like, whatever ancestors tell me to give up, that's what I'm giving up. So I just want to thank you all for giving it to me. Y'all made me proud. Mama's proud. Bring it in. Group hug. Bring it in.
I'm doing the music for the background.
And see, it's too much.
That's your technique. That's your wrap it up music.
Oh, that's my wrap it up music. Okay. So y'all be as powerful as you want to be, and don't let nobody tell you can't do anything.
right.
Because we can do anything that we put our minds, bodies, souls, and hearts to. So we're
That's
out.
true.
Peace.
All right, y'all.
Peace. I gotta catch up with my brother there. Yeah.